Hey everybody, this is your girl Miss Jasmine to you. If you follow me on this great platform called YouTube, if you follow me on Instagram, then I am Mrs. Crawford to you. However, but you already know it's the J to the A to the is a Jazz, the J of the JBD fam, the Crawford crew. Hey, how you doing? So I'm just coming at you guys with a little quick video to go ahead and wrap up this saga of my hotel reviews for all three hotels. No, I did not stay in three hotels while I was on my anniversary. It's like this though. I stayed in one hotel in Florida, and then we traveled from Florida to Atlanta, Georgia, where we stayed in a hotel that was two hotels in one. Two hotels in one building. So I hope, and I hope you guys, actually get the picture of what I'm talking about. So the first hotel that I stayed there from August 3rd through August 6th, which was that Thursday all the way up to a Sunday. And you guys, when I first, so you guys saw when I first posted my video, showing you guys where I was staying and all of that. When I first arrived, after we got up the, as soon as we got done traveling for 6 hours, yeah, we was very tired, and so we checked in, and I let him we just rest for the night. I let him get some rest because, he like to push his body and just go if it'll make me happy. But I said, since it's a trip for the both of us, I'd rather for him to get him some rest, and we just, head out and do some activities the next day. Even though we didn't get to do as much as I wanted to. First of all, because it was we was actually enjoying the beach, and we was out there for hours. On the first day that we went there, we was at the beach for at least about 2-3 hours, maybe at the max. And I do want to give y'all this tip: if y'all ever going up on a beach trip, bring your own beach chair, because baby, even though they had beach chairs out there, please be mindful they charge you to sit in those beach chairs. And it ain't no $5 just to sit in there. It is $20 per hour. You heard me right. To sit at the beach in Pensacola, on the little boardwalk in the actual public beach, it cost us $20 an hour. And then right as we were about to pay, this is how I know we was meant to go on that trip. Because, and how I loved how God just gave us a little favor on that trip. Because for us to be as scary as we are, we made it there safe and back. That was enough right there. But then, when it came to us had to pay for our little beach chair rental, we was blessed by another couple. And when after he said we were about to pay, she let the couple that was beside us said, "Oh, you can have our check, and we rented these for hours." That man ain't came back, and we stayed out there at least another good 2 hours. And y'all, we ain't see him no. And it will be somebody walking around seeing if you paid or not, and if yeah, they'll be collecting their money. Trust me. But bring your own beach chairs, and don't and then it is a store called Alvin's. I went there. They had some nice stuff up there. They had some very, very nice stuff. And they did have a sale going on. I bought my daughter a little boogie board, even though she don't know nothing about surfing. But I just bought her that as a little souvenir. I bought her a shirt. I bought her a big old giant lollipop. I bought her some Florida style saltwater taffy candy, which is good. And I bought her I don't, and I think there was something, I think that's it. I don't know. I bought my grandmother who kept my child during while we was down there. And I bought my aunt something because she helped kept my child too while I was down there. Um, it's a nice story. It's called Alvin's. I bought me a beach towel, but let me tell y'all something. They have all these type of gift shops and surf shops and all that. But the stuff in there, some of it is cheap. Some of the stuff like the surfboards and all that, I thought that was gonna be very, very high price. No, that was probably the cheapest thing in there was the surfboards. And then I don't know if it's just me, but I didn't know that surfboards and boogie boards was mostly some is made out of plastic. No, not plastic, but yeah, some made out of plastic, some made out of foam, and some made out of wood. I ain't never I didn't know that, but I kind of figured. But to actually witness seeing a boogie board and a surfboard was wild to me. But anyway, I don't know why that was so important for me to, to, you know, whatever. But anyway, it was some good stuff in there. But those prices, y'all, when I say the cheapest thing was probably that, well, I ain't gonna say it was the cheapest thing in there, but the cheapest thing I bought from that gift shop called Alvin's, I do have a little gift bag. It's in there. I don't feel like getting up and showing y'all, but I've been in there. The cheapest thing I bought there was a pen with a little diamond on top of it. And it got on the side, Pensacola, Florida. That was the cheapest thing I bought, and that was what, $7.99. Everything else, baby, let me tell you, the prices in Florida is high. I bought a beach towel that cost $30. Yes, $30. And I wanted that towel so bad because I wanted, something with the Florida beach on there. And then I bought a cup, a little drink of, it's made like a Stanley, but it has the logo of Florida on it, Pensacola, Florida Beach on it. And it has like a metal straw. And I bought, I think that was what, $18.99. And I bought me I think that's it. Oh, I bought me some little keychains, some little charms for my keychain. And like I said, baby, because when I got through buying my daughter's stuff, my little few stuff, my auntie little 2 items, and my grandma little 3 items, yep, I spent over $200. And for the life of me, I don't know how I spent that much. I don't. Because if you look at it, you would think the stuff don't cost that much. And stuff, baby, stuff adds up. But anyway, and I think the boogie board that I bought her was like $25. But yeah, I thought it was going to cost more than that. But yeah, I want her to have something. And now back to the hotel though. Well, no. And then when the beach was so beautiful, y'all. I love the breeze from it. I love the sand was so cool, and even though it was hard to walk in that sand, I haven't been on the beach in years. Since my daughters were like probably 4 or 5, well 6, 5 or 6. I haven't been to a beach since then. And that was Biloxi Beach. And yeah, I had a hard time walking on that beach. And I don't know if I showed you guys the rest of the pictures and stuff that I took. Well, my husband took some pictures. He took some very nice pictures. Two of my pictures he don't want me to post. So I can't not post those pictures because he said, what husband says, it goes. So personally, he just, he said, those pictures is from him. Even though I really want to show you guys because the reason why I want to show you guys because it was a your girl felt like a model, put like this. I felt like a model up in that little picture. But anyway, he won't let me show y'all, so tough noodles. But anyway, they had all types of activities. They had all types of restaurants to like burgers, fries, pizza, Definitely some seafood. Y'all, they had like this little mini golf thing with ice cream. They had like all types of gift shops. So the next time, I think I might end up going back there just to let my daughter, just to take my daughter, but this time get a different hotel because, I don't want to just, I don't know. I might stay at the same hotel, I might not. I might just get a different one. And then if I get a different one, I'm going to review that one as well. But about the hotel, y'all saw me do the hotel room review. I'll show y'all what it looks like and everything. But like I said, the hotel itself I liked it. It felt like, you know how some people say some hotels and resorts feel like a home away from home. I know people say that a lot to the point where it's like a cliche now, but that hotel, when I said it felt like home, it kind of did. I'm not gonna tell a lie. While we was there, the whole, I think 4 days we were there, I kept calling the hotel my house. I don't know why I kept calling it my house because it wasn't. Because for one, it's not my house. We on vacation, but I kept calling that hotel my house. So like I said, it kind of did make me feel like I'm home because when you living in a suite, because I rented a suite and I showed y'all, because I show y'all what it looks like, and it was nice, even though it was kind of tight space, that a little tight space, like everything looked like it was just, I don't know, it was just probably just me. To me, it just felt like a little crowded, but it was also nice, especially for the price and the rate. I don't know I can't remember the actual rate that they charge. I think it's $60 or $70 for per night, but it was a nice little hotel. And uh, I think it was $70 or $80 for a night. However, I don't know. I just know it was 500 by the time. Uh, it was 500 for the whole stay. So, and I stayed there from Thursday to Sunday. So $500. Okay, kind of, I think probably 100 for a day. No, cause like something like that. So yeah, it was pretty nice, and they had a good. I like how they decorate on the inside. They look very homey. Had plasma TVs everywhere. I like the pool and a little outdoor patio setting. And then another thing that I liked about that hotel, that it was so freaking quiet. Like, you would think you literally on a hall by yourself because nobody makes no noise. That's how quiet. You know how you go to some hotels and you have next door neighbors that's so freaking loud that you can hear everything they doing and everything they saying. We ain't hear none of that. So, and then, but the only thing that I didn't like about it was the breakfast. Now, normally I'm not a person who really just care for breakfast. When I'm home, I make it sometimes, but it's every blue moon when I make breakfast. But when I'm at a hotel, it's like when I'm on vacation, that's when I partake in breakfast. They breakfast was okay, but it wasn't what I was expecting. I at least wanted some meat. They didn't have no meat. They just had cereal, yogurt, fruit, and a hard boiled egg. Which is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because it is healthy. But your girl gotta have some type of meat. I gotta have meat, right? It could be, I don't care if it's turkey sausage or turkey bacon. I want some meat. And other than that, the hotel was pretty good. Now, for the other two hotels, like I said, it was two hotels in one. The second hotel that I stayed in for Atlanta was called the Staybridge Suites by Midtown Atlanta. And they also partnered with Crown Plaza. Now, that hotel, y'all, I'm not gonna tell no lie. It was a little challenge to find that hotel because when you drive up to it now, even when you use the GPS, it has you going every which way. If you got to really, really know that city to just know where you're going. Because, baby, when I said we had the time trying to find that hotel, we had the time. Because on 1 minute it says Crown Plaza on the side, and then it says Staybridge. And then, but the GPS saying it's, and I'm like, is it going to be two hotels in one building or just one hotel by itself? So I don't know. But eventually we ended up finding it. It was just two hotels in one building. And cause it's kind of like threw me off when I saw the Crown Plaza part. But when and then they had the other, and then I felt kind of bougie, y'all, because that hotel, not only did the building look like a big old giant skyscraper, okay, it got like up to 20 floors, well actually 21 floors, and they got a rooftop pool and lounge. Baby, I felt like a little, I felt a little bougie because they had valet parking. And in a metro city like Atlanta, they got a whole bunch of parking alleys or whatever and spaces. But if you don't know, if you don't know how to navigate that city, it's best for you to, let the valets park for you because, baby, we would have the time. I've been waiting on my husband for hours trying to go park that thing. So we just let the valet park it, and of course it was an extra cost, but like I said, I'd rather pay the extra cost for a valet because it was gonna be a problem if he had to park it himself. Cause I already know he was gonna get lost. So that's why I paid for the parking. And when I walked in, I know, like I said, I posted a little preview of the hotel. Well, I think I did. I think I did. I hope I did. If not, I'll post it or I'll repost it. But I gave you guys a little sneak peek inside the hotel, the both hotels and how they look. When I say everything was like, when I first walked in, my impression was like, oh my gosh. Not only they got valet parking, but baby, it's like so clean and crisp on the inside. Child, they had two different receptionist desks. I guess one for the State Bridge side and one for the Crown Plaza side, but they both was, taking in guests and whatever. So, just to move the line faster. And that was highly appreciated because there was some people checking in and checking out. And I did, even though it was kind of weird to see two different lobbies, they was decorated real nice. And what I really like about that hotel, y'all, they had a bar in it. It had a bar in it. Of course, I did not partake in it. I just went straight to the hotel and, well, I ordered some DoorDash and just ate and just went to sleep. Let my husband get some sleep so he can hit the road back to Mississippi. So, if you guys saw the little sneak peek videos, you know what I'm talking about. It was very nice. I liked how they decorated everything. The staff was nice. Pensacola Suites Hotel, their staff was nice as well, and they were very accommodating. But and then, but I'm not gonna lie. Being that it's a double hotel, that means double the hotel rooms. Y'all, tell me, even though the building is enclosed in, like it's no outside stairs, everything is on the inside, and you get on the elevator, you go to your hotel room. Maybe we was on the 20th floor. That's almost top. I don't know. I don't know if it's 21 floors or 25 floors. I'm not sure. But I do know we was on the 20th floor. When I say we was in top of the sky, we were like in the sky. And it was some other, Atlanta is full of tall buildings. Baby, that hotel, I ain't gonna tell no lie, I was nervous. I was scared. But that hotel room was nice. And the space that was in it, oh, that hotel space was beautiful. It had so much space. And I was like, oh. And that walk-in closet. The 3 mirrors was kind of unnecessary because, one in the, one, well, whatever. To me, it's unnecessary, but it's nice. But I liked it. They had like there was a suite too where it had a refrigerator, a dishwasher, a microwave, a little small stove, a little bar set up, like a little not a bar, but like a little kitchen owl set up for two. And they had a sofa bed in there. They had a big old flat screen plasma TV. It was nice up in there. It was very nice. The only thing I didn't like, I loved the breakfast, but I didn't like how they had it set up. Like they had Crown Plaza versus Staybridge. Instead of making it one huge breakfast where everybody just take part in, they had it like in two different areas. I kind of understand that because not every hotel wants to be like the other, and everybody wants to do it their way. So I understand why Staybridge is doing it their way, and Crown Plaza is doing it their way. But it felt like, to be honest, this is my opinion. It has nothing to do. It doesn't reflect the company itself in no negative way, but it did feel like when I stayed there, it felt like the Crown Plaza people, the Crown Plaza hotel guests had it more better than the Staybridge side, if I'm being honest. And then my husband could tell you that too, because he kind of felt the same way. It felt like, okay, they had this big old beautiful breakfast buffet spread, and we just got, like little scraps for the Staybridge side. Don't get me wrong, it was good. It was delicious. We ate it. But it wasn't nicely decorated or had the I don't know how to put it in words what I'm thinking. But it wasn't just, you could like put it like this. If you ever stayed there, you will know what I'm talking about. They highly different. It's like Crown Plaza get the bougie stuff, while Staybridge gets the ghetto stuff. That's just how I feel. It doesn't, take away the quality of the food. It doesn't take away, stuff like that. But that's just my personal opinion. But anyway, the breakfast was good, and I like how the staff was just so friendly and so like, you know, they was about their business. If you're not worried that you belong, they'll make sure you get to your white spot. So like I said, I like that. And then one thing I did like about that hotel for sure, that when you had like a little work meeting there, baby, you can get like, what they call it, room service. Like, yeah, you can get room service right in your work meeting. Yes, ma'am. But that's all of my thoughts for now. If I think of anything else, oh, they did also have like a little market to where you walk in, you get what you want, and you scan your card. I like that, even though they didn't have nothing that I wanted. Uh, they did offer wine, which like I said, I didn't participate in. As far as any romantic packages, like do they decorate your room with balloons and all that, mints and all that, and chocolate? I don't know, because I didn't, I wasn't, I was just booking a room just to let him rest. But anyway, yeah, that's all my thoughts for now. If I come up with for any other thoughts, I will let you guys know. But until then, peace.